In this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can get an infinite amount of fairy points as well as get tons of rewards inside of the brand new fairy update. As you know, with this brand new update, we got introduced this brand new fountain, and you can go ahead and make a wish doing these different types of tasks, and basically that rewards you with different types of stuff depending on the fountain tier and the rewards that you have a chance at getting. Some of the best rewards include the Aurora vine or things such as the 3x enchanted seed packs, ancient eggs, and other stuff. And as you can see, I actually have 172,000 of these fairy points. It's only been a few hours since the update has literally came out, and I've already basically finished it. I'm going to show you exactly what is important, what you need to do in order to make sure you get everything that you want inside this update, including the brand new best seed called the Aurora vine seed. As you can see, I actually have 3 of these. This seed is also pretty good, bro. So we're going to show you guys all of that information. But if you guys can, please go ahead, subscribe if you haven't yet. I would very much appreciate it. Thank you. Let's get started. So anything that actually comes inside this event requires you to give it the glimmering mutation. Now, in order to actually get that, there is 3 ways that you can get it. One is waiting for the fairy event, which happens in every hour, and it runs for about 10 minutes at the base. The reason why I say base is because if you talk to this fairy godmother, she will show you some upgrades, and we're going to also max these out in this video, but you can actually increase the fairy event duration for yourself. That way you're getting more of the stuff. You can make this all the way up to 20 minutes. So right now for me, it's at 12. If I continue to upgrade it, as you can see, it goes higher and higher, but it also gets way more expensive. The next way is by actually collecting fairies around the map. Randomly, when the event is actually not happening or happening, there will basically be these little fairies very similar to like, oh look, a fairy appeared somewhere, so let's find it. And okay, it's right there. As you can see, it can be around the map, it can be between the plots, but it cannot be inside the plot, so you don't have to go through everybody's garden searching for them. But as you can see, if you interact with it, what this is going to do is basically do a little prompt, and it's either going to give you fairy points or it's actually gonna go into your garden and mutate something to glimmering, which is exactly what you want in this update. And the final way is using this mutation spray that gives you the glimmering mutation. And the only way to actually get that is from the fountain rewards. I believe it can be rewarded at any tier past tier 2 except the last one, because the last one has better stuff to give you. But only one of these stands out much more than the rest after you do a few steps. So for me, as you can see, you need a glimmering watermelon and a glimmering apple. Now, there is a specific list of plants that it can actually request from you as a quest. This right here is the list. You can go ahead and pause and see everything you need for each tier. But as you can see, based off of what stage you're on, it can ask you for different stuff. That list includes strawberry, blueberry, orange tulips, tomatoes, pumpkins, apples, bamboo, watermelon, all the way up to the hardest things being literally every single prismatic in the game. But don't worry, because there is absolutely a bunch of solutions to that I have for you guys. The first thing though I recommend is make sure you're constantly buying out the seed shop. You don't actually even need tier 2 to unlock in order to be able to do this, but you want to constantly buy out stuff. And by the way, a new feature inside this update that you may have not known, if you actually just hold down the buy button, it purchases the entire stock for you. So if there's something that has a lot of stock, instead of clicking it one by one, you just hold down the button. But enough of that, because now it is time to take it to the next level. After you've actually planted everything you need for the first few tiers, like tier 1, 2, and 3, you literally just want to do what it says. Get the glimmering apple and get the glimmering watermelon. So let's head to my garden, and over here we have, hold on, where's an apple? I need an apple, please. Okay, I got the watermelon. As you can see, glimmering, by the way, makes your thing honestly a little bit transparent, so it might be a little hard to see, but keep in mind, if you can't really see what it is, then it probably has the glimmering mutation. Now, actually, there is another fairy over here, so we're gonna go ahead and collect this thing, because it can, like I said, give you fairy points, or it can go to your garden. This one's going to my garden, so it's gonna mutate something. All right, bro, I need an apple. Where is my apple tree? There it is. Do any of these have glimmering? And yes, this one does. Perfect. As you can see, just like that, that's one very easy quest completed. If you actually place it in, offer all plants, boom, easy, just like that, we're done. And then you can go ahead and make your wish, and this is the part where it's so important. So with the wishes, you can get offered different kinds of stuff, right? And there is specific stuff that are going to be much better than the rest. Inside of this update, depending on what your goal is, you're going to choose between two different things. If you want to get the brand new content and you're actually already done with the upgrades and stuff, what you want to do is go for stuff that is obviously eggs, seed packs, crates, or whatever you're trying to collect of. But if you are not done with the update, like me, like I said, if you still need to get these upgrades done, and I'm talking about literally every single one of the upgrades, I'll also go into detail what each does. But if you are not done with those, I highly recommend you either choose between the fairy targeter, the glimmering radar, or the mutation spray glimmering, or even the pet shard if you do get it, but it's very rare. The most important one is the spray glimmering, because you actually only get 3 of these at like a higher tier. I was at tier 4, so keep that in mind. But it is important to get these because this is going to help you ensure that you can constantly finish this fountain without having to wait a very long time. Now, for my next one, I need a glowthorn and a sun bulb, which I believe both of these are actually, yeah, they're completely new. They are inside the seed pack, so technically a seed pack is also something that you're probably going to need inside this update. Luckily, I do have some. I have 10 of them. I didn't get many, like I said, because it's more about the mutations for me, but we got a light shoot. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, bro. That is literally not requested of me at all. Can I please get something? Okay, there's the glowthorn. I think that is one of them. Yes. And now I just need the sun bulb, bro. Okay, it's giving me a mythical. Give me the sun bulb. It's the most common thing. Oh my god. Please, bro. Just give me a sun bulb. Oh my. Please, bro. Why when I ask for the worst thing, I can't get it? But when I, like, okay, there we go. Finally. We're going to literally go ahead quickly plant these down. I should have had these down before the video because, you know, this is one of the possibilities for the quest. But, well, I didn't. So, we need to go ahead and now just quickly water these. Luckily, they're not of high rarity, so you can water them. They'll finish very fast. Now, while that happens, I need to tell y'all about the pet shard. I actually have not used this yet, although I have 3 of them. And one thing I can highly recommend is that you place it on a pet that you are actively using. That pet can literally be anything. It's just up to you what you find best for this event. Inside of the brand new egg, which is right here, there is pets that like apply the glimmering mutation. But the one thing that is very good is the best thing called, I believe, the cockatrice or something like that. I don't even know how to pronounce it. But like something like this ladybug is poop, bro. So we're not going to need that. I'm going to skip this with Robux because I don't want to make y'all wait for it. But there we go. Oh my god. I'm at the limit. Okay, this ladybug is getting sold. I just know he's trash. Oh, look, another fairy appeared somewhere. Okay, we're going to collect that in a second. But let's see if I can get that cockatrice. And we got another ladybug. Yay. Yeah, buddy. You're just going to get sold again. Please give me something other than a ladybug. And, okay, we got an imp. So, I actually don't have a clue in my mind what this guy does. But we're going to go ahead quickly just take off a random pet. So, this disco bee. Let's place him down, see what he does. He could possibly be good. Every 6 minutes, the imp will playfully invite you to chase it. What the heck? Catching the imp will grant a random reward. The imp has a 15% chance to play again on successful chase. I'm not going to lie, bro. This guy is low-key weird. I don't think you want him. I'm just going to place down my disco bee again. But I am going to go ahead and apply this to one of my pets because it can do me some good. I don't want to do it to my shock stuff, but I do have this little dragonfly right here. I don't think this one has any mutation on it right here. So let's go ahead and give it glimmering. And boom, let's feed it to him. Bro, can I give him the mutation? Oh, he already has it. Okay, perfect. So what glimmering basically does is every 25 minutes, a nearby fruit is sprinkled with fairy dust with a 20% chance to apply the glimmering mutation. Now, it's not too good whatsoever. But if you have it on every single one of your pets, that could give you about 10 or so more mutations every single hour. And I think that's very good. Wait, actually, I miscounted. That could be like around 30 more mutations every hour. So it's pretty good. But I wanted to tell you guys which upgrades are the best inside this update, because each of them does a variety of different stuff. Glimmer Multiplier is probably the most unknowingly one, but the roaming fairy spawn amount basically makes it to where when the event actually triggers, the amount of fairies that are actively in the sky and can give you a mutation, there's more of them pretty much. So, for example, if each of them gives you 3 mutations every single time the event happens, you could basically get 3 more if you buy 1 more fairy. But the next one, I believe, is the fairy event duration. That's pretty basic. I mean, that's just like how long the event lasts for. I think that one is very good, especially if it's paired with the fairy spawn amount. This one is probably one of the cheaper upgrades to fully max out. So there we go. Let's get it to max at 7. It actually jumps. I believe it was from 4 to 7, unless I'm tripping. And then the fairy spawn amount. This one is actually just talking about how many fairies spawn within the hour period that there is no event happening. The fairies are the ones that literally just appear around the map. That is it. There's nothing special about it. This one's so expensive to max. I believe, honestly, though, if you max it out, you could probably get it to around like 15, which means you're probably getting a fairy every few minutes. Now, the most confusing one is the Glimmer Multiplier. When I was inside the testing server, this thing basically made it to where the quest that you could get could possibly be harder, and that sounds worse, but technically it's better, because instead of having to get a watermelon every single time that is a single harvest, all it would request you for was a beanstalk that, you know, had the glimmering mutation. In the typical sense, it's better because you're more likely to keep that glimmering thing inside your garden. And oh my god, look, there's another fairy. Thank you very much. And there it goes. It's mutating something now. From what I know now, though, the Glimmer Multiplier basically just makes your final rewards a tad bit better. Keep in mind, this one's also super expensive, man. Wow. But we have gotten it to level 7. And keep in mind, bro, it's only been 3 hours since the update came out for me. But now we need the Glowthorn as well as the Sunbulb. How do you get it? Well, good thing you bought the mutation sprays. As I mentioned, we would need these for something. And that specific something is in order to be able to get stuff that are probably unlikely to get a mutation in your garden, or they don't have it yet. You can basically speed up the process. It's basically a free skip on the quest. So I'm going to apply it to this guy right over here. Boom, we got the Sunbulb completed. And now I have to actually wait for the Glowthorn to grow. Can I just please, like, water it, bro? Hurry up. All right, 5 million years later, it has finally grown. And now all we do is get out the glimmering mutation spray once again, mutate it, grab it, and then literally just teleports to the event thing right here. Boom, place in, offer all plants. And just like that, we are complete with that quest. You make a wish, and as you can see, we have 3 choices. One of them is Mutation Spray Glimmering, Enchanted Crate, or the Glimmering Shard. If I pick the Glimmering Spray on this level, it actually gives me 5, so it's a lot more than the other levels. And I wish I got the 2,000 fairy points, because technically I prefer that, but we didn't. So I'm going to still go ahead and choose those. And guess what? Now we have more sprays than we did last level, because I used 2, remember, in order to do that level. And now I just got 5 back, so I made a profit of 3. On top of that, every time when you complete this fairy thing, no matter if you actually collect the fairy points, it still gives you fairy points. Most of the points you get is actually from beating the fountain itself. For this next one, it's a bit harder. We need a sugar apple, an ember lily, and a pepper. I actually might already have all 3 of those, because I've not collected many sugar apples. So let's see, do I have a sugar apple? Yes, we have a sugar apple. What about a pepper? Pepper, please tell me we have a pepper. Do I have one? Yes, we do have one. And I'm kind of dumb, so I already forgot the other thing. Oh, yeah, it's an ember lily. Let's go ahead, feed this stuff, though. Offer all the plants. Boom, 2 are done. And now we just need to get an ember lily. This one is pretty common. There's not too many ember lilies I have, but there we go. Just like that. Boom. We are done with that quest again. And guess what? That was literally the highest tier quest inside the game. So we just finished it super fast, and watch my points. So I'm going from 38,000, and then if I offer this plant, to 43,000, just like that. And on the last level, you actually can't choose fairy points. That's not an option. The best thing is the Aurora Vine, or the Pet Shard Glimmering, or the the seed packs. Personally, I'm going with the seed packs. So there we go. I'll take 3 of those. Now, for the restart, you can either wait 8 hours because I believe this system resets every 8 or 12 hours. But you can also go ahead, spend fairy points or 59 Robux. If you are actually doing this consistently, 7,500 fairy points is not a lot. You are going to profit still every single time. Personally, I have the Robux, so I prefer keeping as much fairy points as possible without really losing anything. So I'm going to spend the Robux to skip this. But I don't think you should do it at all because this other stuff is super easy. Glimmering strawberry. Look, boom, I'll go to my garden and I'll find it in like 5 seconds as soon as I find out where my strawberry section is. Where is it? Oh, right here. Boom. Glimmering strawberry. Done. There we go. Boom. We just offer all plants. Done. You get stuff for it. You get fairy points, fairy targeters, stuff like that. I'm going to choose the targeters because it's pretty good. One thing I highly recommend is that you are constantly picking up these fairies around the map. But like I said, you can get fairy points from them too. I did just get fairy points from one. Like, there we go. That one just gave me fairy points because my points popped up on my screen. And look at how many is around the map now that I actually got the upgrades for it. There is so many, bro. There we go. Boom. That one gave me points because it's just flying straight up, not mutating anything. I highly recommend, though, you hold from collecting them until you actually, need more mutations on your plants, like you're out of them. And the fairy targeter is literally just going to attract stuff into a specific thing. I highly recommend you place it somewhere where, like, you need a lot of that specific mutation. For me, it's actually probably going to be in between the tomatoes, but the tomatoes are actually so far away. So what I'm going to do is get my trowel just like so. And let's go and place the trowel like all the way over here. And what I'm doing basically is gathering my tomatoes next to all my other stuff. So that way, when I place this fairy targeter, everything in this area has a chance to get it. As you can see, that's the zone. It can attract 10 enchants into here. Boom, it already did one. This does run out very quickly because, there's a lot of mutations happening every single second. And now I need a glimmering tomato. So all we're doing again is coming back to that tomato stack. And yes, one of them did get the mutations from the target. Let's go. And watch my fairy points go up. So I'm at 44.6 thousand. Offer all plants. Boom. We just gained like 500 for that. But keep in mind, it's tier 2, so it's not going to be a lot. Okay, do I want the radars, the sprays, or the seed packs? I'm actually going to go and choose the radar this time because that's another thing you can make advantage of. Your plants don't actually have to be fully grown in order for them to get mutations. And the only mutation thing you need in this update is the glimmering. So if you get the glimmering radar and literally just activate it where there is a lot of it, you're going to collect everything that's glimmering. So meaning all you have to do is literally just press the button. And look at all of that, bro. I just like harvested 17 from that single little tiny thing I just did there. I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna press it again, like right here. I think that's a good spot. It'll hit a few of the prismatics. And then we literally just go back to the event and let's just say offer all plants. Boom. It had it in my inventory, so just like that, we're done. I'm gonna get fairy points, and then you click offer all plants again, and okay, I don't have a pepper or dragon fruit. I do have dragon fruits, actually. It's just not in my radar's little space. And I think the only other thing we needed was cactuses, which this one I actually don't have. Wait, no, it was peppers. Oh my god, I'm stupid. Okay, yes, I don't have peppers either, so we do have to go ahead, use the spray for this. But there we go, just like that, we're done. Come here. Offer all plants. We literally just gained 3,000 fairy points for that, and it took me like 5-10 seconds. And oh my god, that was only for the pepper. Did I not pick up a dragon fruit, bro? Oh my god, I forgot to pick it up. Okay, now I have the dragon fruit too. Dude, this looks sick. There we go. Offer all plants. You get literally another 2,000 for that. Make a wish. And for this one, honestly, I think the best thing is going to be the fairy points because it's 2,000 at tier 4. Now we need a glowthorn, a cacao, and a beanstalk. I should have the beanstalk. And, well, wait, offer all plants? Never mind. I could have sworn it picked up beanstalks, bro. Hello? Okay, so moment of realization. I actually just noticed you have to actually be careful with submitting. You need to submit it one by one and not press offer all plants. Because technically, no matter what, you can give any type of glimmering to the fountain. that is actually what increases your fountain power, which I believe makes your luck better on the stuff that you can get. Personally, I don't care about it at all. I don't think you guys should really care about it either, but you do have to be careful with what you press, because if you say take all plants, it will take stuff that it doesn't even need. So that is how I just kind of scammed myself, but it's okay, because if I climb my beanstalk, I'm sure I got something up here. Yup, there we go. Oh, look, we got a glowthorn too. So now all we do is go back and submit these individually. Just press take plant, and take plant. There we go. Offer plant. And then we're going to do the glowthorn. And the only one we need is the cacao, which apparently, oh my god, bro. I need to plant another seed for this. Bro, I thought I had a cacao seed. No! That one is going to take some time, but you get the point. You can literally do this cycle over and over again as much as you want. Also, if you are not in the game, if you actually interact with this guy, it says, do you know that fairies come offline as well? So, if you're offline, you're still probably getting the glimmering mutation. I do believe it caps at 50 though. So make sure you log back in every once in a while. But this update is super easy. I really don't think they're going to change it. If you're taking these methods, I promise you can make it very successful. But yeah, I'm going to continue upgrading the glimmer multiplier. So that way we're getting a lot of stuff. Or actually, let's do the fairy spawn amount. That way I'm getting the mutations like very, very fast. But if you enjoyed this video, hurry up and watch this one on the screen right here. Please, I went ahead and handpicked it for you. I would very much appreciate it. Also, subscribe. Join us to the 1 million, bro. There we go. Hurry, subscribe and watch this video. Bye.